Captain Forest here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over both these combatants to see who would win more often not in a cross-verse situation. Broly from Dragon Ball Super versus the Hulk from Marvelcomics 616. Now if you guys are new to my channel, please leave a like, comment down below and of course subscribe for further content. Also huge shout out to the HQ squad, massive shouts to the team, they've been a huge help in my videos. Also special shouts to Korin, he was a huge help in this video as well. He was also a huge help with the Broly section, so massive shouts to him. Now I'm going to go ahead and dive into this topic and I'm going to talk about Broly. But before we fully get down to business, I recommend checking out a video that my good friend kkrimbus created. The 5th dimensional power of Dragon Ball Super, as the title of the video implies. My good friend goes over 5D scaling for Dragon Ball Super. Please go check out his channel, check out the video itself, subscribe and leave a like. I will leave a link in the description. Now keep in mind, I'll be using a composite of the anime and manga for this video. So let's get down to business, folks. Broly is an elite Saiyan who was born with an extraordinary potential for power. His abnormal power shocked King Vegeta and he banished Broly from planet Vampa, fearing that he might one day not only challenge his son for the throne but also become a danger to the universe itself. However, after a long wait of 41 years, Broly was rescued by Chila and Lemo, who worked for Frieza at the time. Because of his father's wishes to take revenge, Broly was forced to fight Goku and Vegeta. Heck, this dude ended up forcing Gogeta to use Super Saiyan Blue in order to defeat him. Broly can do remarkable things, terrible things, yes, but remarkable at the same time, folks. In episode 12 of Dragon Ball Super, when the Elder Kai talks about Beerus and Goku's clash destroying the universe, he quantifies this by saying it will destroy people, planets, gods, like us, even Beerus and Goku. This implies that he's referring to the universe as a macrocosm, not just the universe within the living world, since he lumps in himself and other gods like him into what will be destroyed by the clash. Goku absorbed this power, keeps training, becomes even more powerful, blah blah blah. Yeah, you've heard it so many times, folks. Low multiversal to full-on multiversal should be pretty obvious at this point. I've talked about speed scaling for Dragon Ball in the past on this channel. In my Goku vs Superman video, I mentioned finite speed calculations. I took a trip down the infinite speed route. Keep those routes in mind, but let's take a trip down another possible speed route: immeasurable speed. For starters, Infinite Zamasu is capable of spreading to different timelines. In the Tournament of Power, Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 Goku and Jiren the Grey was stated to have out of this dimension speed. This was stated while they were fighting in the world of Void, an infinitely large realm, which means Ultra Instinct Omen Phase 3 Goku and Jiren the Grey were possibly fighting at a level of speed that goes beyond infinite speed. Let's not forget what Vados told us about Jiren. Vados told us that Jiren possesses power that transcends time itself. We also know when you increase your power in Dragon Ball, you normally increase your speed as well, unless it is specifically stated otherwise. An example of specifically being stated otherwise is Super Saiyan Grade 3 Trunks. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, my good friend kkrimbus created a video that goes over the 5th dimensional power of Dragon Ball Super. I have a feeling you knew where I was going with this, folks. Let us travel down the 5th dimensional power route and we shall find an immeasurable increase in speed. The physiology of a Saiyan, an aggressive warrior race of conquerors. Saiyans have the natural ability to control chi and to fly. While his lifespan is comparable to that of a human, Broly will remain at his peak strength for much longer. One of the most powerful abilities of a Saiyan is their ability to grow stronger and stronger throughout combat, allowing Broly to constantly push his own limits during a fight and rise to higher and higher peaks in power. This ability grants a substantial boost in power when Broly is badly injured, allowing him to reach a whole new level of power once he recovers. Saiyans have exceptional senses, allowing them to locate small, distant objects by tracking their smell, see clearly over long distances, and track the movements of others, even in pitch black conditions, by feeling vibrations in the air. Broly has the ability to produce a great amount of projectiles at once in order to overwhelm the target by the sheer number of shots. This dude got out of Goku's paralysis technique and straight up copied it within seconds. In battle, the most important thing is the size of your ki and your control over it. Ki, as a concept of course, includes such as spiritual powers of energy, Genki, courage, Yuki, and right-mindedness, Shoki. No matter how much you train, there are limits to physical strength, and the only way to overcome that is through ki. Ki can be used defensively and offensively to strengthen your skin or to fire ki blasts, which can hone in on targets and form defensive barriers. Moving on, let's see what the official movie novel says about Gogeta and Broly's fight. It describes Super Saiyan Gogeta and Super Saiyan Broly's energy as being so powerful that it's like surpassed or broke the boundaries of the universe, which transported them to that other dimension. When Broly slams Gogeta around and we see more reality shattering, it describes it as something like Broly smashing Gogeta against the walls of space. When they exit the dimension, it's described as them crumbling the dimension. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. While he lacks knowledge when it comes to things that aren't related to fighting due to being stranded on an isolated planet, Broly is a competent fighter who learns very quickly as he fights, despite only having partaken in training matches against his father, who's vastly weaker than him. Broly's stamina is better than the average Saiyan. Heck, he was capable of fighting for an hour straight against Golden Frieza and showed no signs of fatigue or tiring after the battle. So that's going to round up Broly. I'm going to go ahead and move on and talk about the Incredible Hulk himself. So, for Savage Hulk and some of his feats, we've seen the Hulk go at it with Thor on many occasions by obtaining victories against each other. We've seen Hulk fight a Warrior's Madness amped Thor and sends him flying. Warrior's Madness increases your attack potency by 10. Now, I've gone over Thor's scaling many times on my channel, so please, I highly urge my viewers who are not aware of Thor's tremendous scaling to check out those videos where I go into more detail behind the feats. An iconic fight occurs in Hulk vs Thor, Banner of War, where both these behemoths go at it with each other. This current Hulk's persona is Savage Hulk, but Banner is basically piloting his body and using the rage from the persona as fuel to make the body stronger / angrier. He was able to damage Tony's Celestial Buster and fight relative to a hulked out All-Father Thor. This very same Thor in the comic was able to tear the World Tree from its roots and resist all the magic, runes and enchantments in the 9 realms trying to cleanse him of the gamma radiation. The World Tree also contains conceptual realms such as the Dimension of Manifestation and the Superflow. We've seen the Hulk take a beat down from Hercules and then proceeds to smack Hercules away with a pillar. We've seen the Hulk literally ragdoll Juggernaut and send him flying. This very same Juggernaut is able to give Cosmic Ghost Rider the beatdown, and Cosmic Ghost Rider is able to one-shot King Thor. This very same Juggernaut was also able to damage King Hyperion. Blue Marvel notes that King Hyperion hits harder than Sentry after receiving a punch from him. The Sentry they're referring to is the one that fought Green Skull Hulk, and on another occasion we've seen Juggernaut press Rogue and no-sells an attack from Rogue. Keep in mind, again folks, this Rogue at this point has Wonder Man's powers, another guy who is also stated to have Sentry level strength. And of course this is reinforced during the time when Hulk went up against Sentry back in the past too, during the time he was Green Skull Hulk. This is very impressive for Hulk, but Hulk himself is not done yet folks. He has more feats. Now Hulk is powerful enough to rend Nightmare's realm asunder. Nightmare's world exists beyond the mortal plane, a reality which exists beyond the meager perception of time and space of Doctor Strange. His realm is timeless, everything in his realm is a metaphor. Nightmare rules the borderlines between madness and myth. And lastly, we've also seen the Hulk body slam a whole group of X-Men during the World War Hulk event. Some of the mutants that fought against the Hulk were also Omega level mutants, and they didn't have a chance in hell against Hulk. So that's going to round up his feats pretty much. I've gone over the scaling for Hulk on many occasions, so please check those out. Please check out past videos. I've go into incredible detail about the Marvel cosmology. Now as for speed, I've gone over speed for the Herald tier characters in numerous videos, and Hulk is easily reaching the immeasurable to possibly irrelevant speed ranges. Hulk is consistently being able to react to Thor in combat. Thor and Silver Surfer can time travel with their raw speeds alone. So I'm going to go ahead and move on and talk about the Hulk's abilities, and then after I've done all that good stuff, I'm going to go ahead, chop it up near the end of the video. Now we are all aware of Hulk's physiology, and that when the Hulk becomes angry, it increases his attack potency exponentially, allowing him to become stronger the more angrier he becomes. Banner notes that the Hulk's strength is incalculable. The Hulk's rage also increases his attack resistances, such as resisting his energy being drained from his body by becoming more enraged. And speaking of resistances, the Hulk has resistances against a lot of hexes. So the Hulk has shown to resist mind hacks. Charles Xavier himself has peered inside the Hulk's mind only to receive a nasty feedback and was unable to control his mind. Not even Emma Frost, who was amped by the Phoenix Force, she was not even able to even affect the Hulk with her mind manipulation, and both Charles and Emma Frost are stated to be the most powerful telepaths on Earth. Hulk is shown to resist the likes of telekinesis. The Hulk's mind is fueled with boundless fury. He is a mindless monster. He operates on instincts and can use this to resist even the effects of hypnosis. The Hulk's anger flushed out the paralyzing needles that were affecting him on a cellular level. The Hulk can resist against tear gas. The Hulk is shown to resist Rogue's life draining, which also affects you on a physical, spiritual, and mental level. The Hulk has resisted being blasted by radiation, and he can also absorb radiation too. Hulk can also resist transmutation, such as resisting his body from turning to glass. Hulk has resisted against fear, as Hulk knows no fear. Hulk has also overpowered will-draining chains. Doctor Strange's magic cannot alter or affect the Hulk's gamma genes. The Hulk has resistance against BFR. A glass that was designed to send you to another dimension had no effect on the Hulk. Nightcrawler was unable to BFR the Hulk to another dimension because the Hulk was simply too heavy. Hulk can resist matter manipulation, as he resisted the sonic vortex from a sonic assault rifle, which rearranges molecules at a subatomic level. The Hulk has resisted being devolved into a lesser being by the High Evolutionary. Hulk is also shown to resist Star Fox's Euphoria charm and smacks him away like a flea. Vector has shown to use his powers to repel reality itself, and the Hulk resists reality being torn apart and moved away from him. He gets close to Vector and one-shots him. Hulk is shown to resist against size manipulation. The Hulk has been able to withstand Hellfire, which also turns your soul to ash. Hulk can also survive in the vacuum of space. A toxin that is designed to kill the Hulk and is meant to specifically make the Hulk stronger and cause him to die via his own increase in power is thwarted by the Hulk's adaptation. Hulk has resisted getting turned to stone by Grey Gargoyle. We've seen the Hulk catch a chi punch from Iron Fist and make him squeal. We've seen the Hulk break out of ceiling. The Hulk can punch down dimensional barriers and punch away time storms. The Hulk can discern how magical objects work, and Hulk is smart enough to get around Vision's phasing. The Hulk is shown to use weapon improvisation, such as using rocks or nearby objects to attack his foes. In combat, the Hulk's main go-to is his fists. He likes to punch things really hard. He will punch, stomp, charge, grapple, ground and pound, or throw his opponents away or BFR them by creating a fissure on the ground, causing them to fall down, or just simply tossing them away. The Hulk can also perform his signature ability called the Thunderclap, which he uses this to blast people away. He's also shown to use this on a area of effects scale, such as Hulk thunderclapping a sandstorm away. Hulk can also cause your ears to ring with a thunderclap, and he's demonstrated to thunderclap Gladiator over the ears to cause him a considerable amount of pain, and can rupture your eardrums too. Hulk's thunderclaps can also deflect projectiles such as missiles and create hurricanes, and the Hulk has also used his thunderclap to extinguish the Human Torch's flames. The Hulk has a mind of a child and fights unpredictably, which helps him beat characters who outshine him in the skill department. The shockwave from Hulk's attacks can atomize objects, and that's going to round up all his main general abilities. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the most interesting thing about Hulk, and that's his relentless healing factor. So easily Hulk has type 3 and type 8 immortality. Over the years, the Hulk's healing factor has improved, and it's allowed him to heal very rapidly, such as healing for his whole body after walking through Vector's blast, which was burning his skin away. We've seen Hulk regenerate his eyes when they're being sliced off. Hulk is healed from having his organs damaged, such as Wolverine stabbing into Hulk's brain, and Hulk literally gets up. Hulk has a very special conceptual connection to the Green Door, which revives Hulk and sends him back fully healed and replenished. Even an arrow that was designed to kill Bruce and bypass the regenerative abilities of the Hulk, the Green Door still brings him back. And lastly, some noteworthy feats. The Hulk has demonstrated tremendous willpower, endurance and strength. Feats such as being able to push through Vector's blasts. The Hulk refuses to give up, and his stubbornness cannot be compared to others. The Hulk has spiritual awareness and can see Doctor Strange's astral form, and the Hulk has his own sixth sense and can sense danger. Okay, so that's going to round up both these combatants. I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts on who I think wins more often than not in a cross-verse situation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, talk about AP, talk about speed, talk about hexes, and talk about some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. So in terms of attack potency, I would lean more so with Hulk. Hulk is just vastly above and cosmologically above Broly. Hulk has just insane scaling. Even if you downplay Hulk, even if you don't use any creation level feats, no outer versal, no high outer, no boundless, no extraversal scaling, easily just the structure of the Marvel universe itself lowballing using just safer feats. Easily a universe in Marvel is like a high hyperversal plus structure, and Hulk is able to affect these universes with his attacks, just like how he messed up Nightcrawler's realm and just like how he messed up Nightmare's realm. Those are high hyperversal plus feats, vastly above, multiversal plus, massively above 5D. Any higher arguments you try to use for Broly, the AP gap is just way too huge. Hulk easily has outer versal, high outer, boundless, and extraversal scaling. Like I said, I've gone over it before in my other videos. Easily, the Yggdrasil tree, the world tree itself, contains conceptual realms such as the Dimension of Manifestation and the Superflow, and these realms themselves are absolutely insane. They are fundamental, they are conceptual, they are extraversal realms, they are boundless realms. So more often than not, I gotta give AP to Hulk. He's just way too powerful. Now, as for speed, it's pretty dependent on what type of tier you go off more often than not. If you argue immeasurable speed for both combatants, you can honestly make a case for it being relative. They both have immeasurable speed, and I think they'd be able to do fine in the speed category. But if you use higher end arguments, then you could just easily argue that Hulk would just flat out take it more often than not, just due to just being way faster. But immeasurable speed, we'll stick with that just to make it more interesting. So that's gonna conclude speed. I'm gonna go ahead and move on, talk about hexes and resistances. So long story short, I'm not gonna take too long. I'm going to go into as much detail as possible for Hulk and Broly. Broly's attacks, they're not going to have any effect on Hulk. Hulk is just way too resistant. Hulk has taken chi attacks. He's stopped chi attacks. He can interact with chi. He actually caught a chi punch from Iron Fist, squeezed his hand and made him squeal. And Hulk has actually taken an attack from Iron Fist when he was using his chi punch. So Hulk has resistance to chi attacks. Hulk has taken soul attacks from Surfer. He's taken Hellfire. He's taken conceptual attacks from Nyx. And if you want to go the extra step, you can even argue conceptual arguments for Thor's lightning. He's taken that, no problem. Obviously, he's taken mind attacks. He can resist mind attacks just fine. So he's taken a lot of fundamental attacks and he can resist them just fine. I really don't see what Broly has to bring to the table or anything unique in that regard to even do anything to Hulk on those levels. Hulk will just be able to take those just fine. Now, another thing I want to also go over is this whole, misconception about the Green Door. They say, oh, you just need to completely vaporize Hulk and he won't revive. That is not true in the slightest. The Green Door will still revive Hulk regardless. This is one thing that Death Battle got very incorrect. The Green Door actually revives you a lot quicker. It doesn't just take a month. Like, Hulk has literally been, he's just come back out of nowhere, just like in the scan I posted in my analysis. The Green Door can literally bring him back in minutes, bring him back in seconds. It doesn't take very long. That's actually a misconception. And even if Hulk was to be eviscerated, vaporized, as long as Hulk has a connection to the Green Door, his gamma, his gamma energy and his connection to it, it's not going to go away. Vaporization will not be enough. Hulk has been actually vaporized before. He's had his whole body completely vaporized, and the Green Door literally brings him back just fine. The only way you can argue the Green Door not being able to work is if you drain the gamma radiation from Hulk. Literally, you have to drain it from him, drain away his gamma powers, so he loses that connection. But that's not going to happen at all. His cells, his skin, everything has traces of it, and he just come back just fine. The whole misconception behind it, it's not true at all. Broly would not be able to put him down, even if he tried to stop him, or he'd have to incapacitate him. But even incapacitation wouldn't work just due to Hulk having higher AP. But I'm just going over these examples just to let you know. So it takes a lot more to cut off that, that conceptual link to the Green Door. It's very difficult. Regardless of that, there's just no way for Broly to put down the Hulk, just due to the Hulk's regenerative abilities. The Hulk has the Green Door. He can always come back. Chi won't be enough. Chi attacks won't work. Hulk is just going to get in there and slap up Broly. Even if you argue stuff for Broly like the paralysis, Hulk has taken paralysis attacks. He's just fine. And plus, just due to the bigger AP gap, the paralysis is not going to restrain him in any capacity. He would break out of it just fine. And Hulk himself, he would literally just charge down Broly. They'd try and get into like a fisticuffs, or even if Broly tries to start spamming a bunch of green chi blasts, Hulk is just going to thunderclap those away, and he's just going to charge in and hit Broly really hard. And even if you make the weird arguments of, okay, but what if he stays in the air and doesn't do anything? Again, that's very out of character. Broly would not do that. Broly always charges down his opponents. He wants the smoke, so to say that is very silly. Hulk himself has no problems against fighting any airborne characters. He's fought Sentry. Sentry's been airborne. Hulk would literally just leap up to him. So more often than not, he just leap up and try and punch him. So I don't really think these tactics are going to be effective in any regard. The whole AP increasing for Broly, I'm sorry, trying to stack finite numbers against somebody who's just cosmologically above you, you'll never reach in like a higher infinity just by doing that. It's not enough. And plus Hulk's rage amp would just completely seal the deal even more in this fight, and I think Hulk would just beat him pretty calm in my opinion. But anyway, I gotta give this to Hulk. Low to no diff, just depending on how Hulk is feeling in the mood. So yeah, it's pretty blatant, not really an argument. Hulk is just far too superior, and I don't think Death Bao did a great job, you know, really honing in on Hulk's scaling. Hulk is actually very powerful. I really don't see what Broly can do. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Guys, enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. It's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.